Thank you. At 6, no timetable, no fix, and no answers for Conyers residents furious about a smelly chemical plume drifting from city to city. And here's what we know so far. The shelter in place remains through tomorrow morning. Rockdale County schools return Monday, but they will do it virtually. County officials maintain the air quality is unlikely to cause harm to most people. And tonight, lawmakers and activists calling for stricter regulations for companies like BioLab. Atlanta News First political reporter Doug Reardon live at the state capitol, where that call was made loud and clear today.
Quite literally, Sean, at one point, lawmakers and activists were literally chanting the words "shutdown BioLab." And they also asked, with BioLab showing a history of repeated violations, what are the consequences and when are they coming?
Shut down BioLab.
Shut down BioLab. Shut down BioLab.
Angry and concerned lawmakers and activists calling out for the permanent shutdown of BioLab, which even now is spewing gas from its pool and spa chemical plant in Conyers.
Enough is enough. People's health is at risk.
Georgia Congressman Hank Johnson said he'd be asking the EPA to review regulations around how places like BioLab store potentially dangerous chemicals and possibly adding more teeth to existing options for discipline when something goes wrong.
Since they've gone through this 1, 2, and 3 times, what was the fine? What are the consequences? Apparently not strong enough because they keep wanting to come back.
Yeah, I would just refer you to EPD. Or EPA on any enforcement actions.
At a press conference Thursday, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp said any discipline would have to come from the EPA or the state's EPD.
I mean, they have the leverage to do that. If there are violations, that's what they do every day. They don't need direction from me on that.
But activists noted at the Capitol time is of the essence. Depending on weather conditions, the danger could shift towards the metro Atlanta area, residents far away from the troubled BioLab plant in Rockdale County.
This isn't just a Rockdale County problem. This has now become a Metro Atlanta problem, a Georgia problem.
And as for those calls for shutting down a BioLab plant, it has been done before. Lawmakers and community activists in Westlake, Louisiana, got a BioLab plant shut down there just last year. Outside the state capitol, Doug Reardon, Atlanta News First.
And Doug, our full story is on AtlantaNewsFirst.com right now. We are constantly monitoring for alerts, including the warning for people in Rockdale County to shelter in place at night until tomorrow morning.
At 6, Atlanta News.